Hey, Roaring! Hey, Roaring! Hey, Roaring! Ik hoor een turf in Tom's penis. Garbage! 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 Garbage!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SEN Live. It's the Schmoedown Entertainment Network. I'm Kristian Harloff, and you are you. Did you know that? Yeah, it's true. If you look into the mirror, you're not going to see anybody else except yourself. Yeah, I just found that out today. I don't know if that's true. You know, who the hell knows? Aliens know more than I do. RB3 is here. RB3, what's going on? Mr. Robot today. I like it. Moving on over, Ben Goddard, massive match for Ben Goddard coming up tomorrow. Get into all that, and managing him into that battle will be the
Brett Sheridan.
Brett Sheridan will be managing. Can you imagine? God, that would be amazing.
I would manage better than I would play.
I don't know. You're 1-0, so who knows? Ben Bateman was supposed to be on the show today, but he just couldn't make it. So for those people who didn't know, now you know. Now you know. Anyway, this is the crew. Deal with us. It's going to be a good show. A lot of fun. I do have to mention, as I mentioned many times over, I cannot thank you guys enough for the continuous donations. The Schmoebot is on. It will continue to be on for the duration of the show. And we'll make sure that you guys know that, because you're the reason why this damn crew is able to be together. A few weeks back, it's coming even almost months now. We had the idea, see if we can do it. RB3 said he could. I said, all right, if we can get the donations up, we can get the crew back, and you guys have made your voices clear. The crew is back, and thank you. So keep those Schmoebots coming in today. They keep the show going. So streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. All your questions, everything. But there's really big news that happened, and it just came down the pike yesterday in the movie news, and that's that Captain Marvel 2 has a new director, and it's going to be directed by Nia DaCosta. Is that right, Ben Goddard?
Yeah, it seems like it happened over the weekend. Like, Marvel has had some trouble with directors, but DaCosta reportedly met with Marvel chief Kevin Feige over the weekend. Megan McConnell, who worked on the upcoming WandaVision series, is penning the script for the sequel, with Brie Larson returning to star as Carol Danvers. DaCosta takes over for Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck after the movie grossed over $1 billion. So, are you guys excited about the new direction and new director for Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I think I am, because I think I echo what a lot of people were saying online, for stuff that I saw anyway, was that I think that Captain Marvel had a good cast. I think some of the direction was a little iffy in the first one. I like the 90s feel that they were going for, but I'm all for new voices and seeing what we can do in Captain Marvel, because I think, I know that Brie Larson certainly has her critics, but I think she's a good Captain Marvel. I think and I think that this, and pairing up here with Nia might be a good matchup. And it's always good for a change of direction sometimes. Sometimes when there's a first movie that crushes, like if it was like something like Wonder Woman and they bring in a new director on Wonder Woman 2, I'm always going to be skeptical. I mean, hell, I was skeptical when Dawn of the Planet of the Apes brought in Matt Reeves, and it turned out that actually worked out to be better. So, let's see what happens. RB3, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Nia DaCosta. I'm a huge fan of everything she does. Like online, and her film Little Woods, her previous film I haven't seen actually, but this actually gets me really more excited for Candyman more than anything, because I assume probably somebody at Marvel or Disney or somebody saw Candyman and thought it was a great enough horror film that she could hand one of these movies. So I'm really looking forward to them. I'm always pro getting more black directors behind these Marvel movies, especially Nia DaCosta, who in this case is the first black woman director behind a Marvel movie. And they had offered Ava DuVernay Black Panther before, and she turned it down. But again, this is good, and I hope to see more of this. And at one point, I know Gina Prince Bythewood was in consideration for that, Spider-Man movie, Silver and Black. That would have been cool too. But this is exciting. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to see this movie. I actually like the first Captain Marvel too. I like Ryan Fleck and Anna Bolt, but I think this is a great move. And just a big F you to all the losers, sexist, racist people on the internet who got mad at Brie Larson for saying she wanted more people of color, critics at like her screenings or whatever. This is just another L for y'all. Thank y'all again for being losers. Take this L and leave and go fart in the corner.
Cheryl_Dick_Pants donated $20. I slept with this girl in the morning. I asked her if she wanted breakfast in bed. She said one pig in the blanket was enough.
Man.
Took a while to
get there with the Schmoedown. We got there. So anyway, it's a good move by Marvel. They're going to get some new talent. They're always moving and shifting their talent for sure. So, Kate, Brett, thoughts, Kate?
Yeah, well, it's so funny because when you said just starting the show today, you were like, yeah, when you look at the mirror, it's you. Did you know that? And I was like, unless it's Candyman. I was actually thinking that. I'm excited for this. I also think somebody who is a horror director is going to have like great elements of suspense in an action movie. And I'm excited for that. Like that sort of eye and like, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I think it's great. And I agree with what you said, Kristian. Like it'd be one thing if like Captain Marvel had been like the craziest success ever. I'd be
it was box office wise.
Box office wise, but yeah. I mean, I haven't heard people talk about it the way people have talked about Endgame.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's not as critically acclaimed. I feel like as an Endgame.
That's true. It made like $1 billion, but that goes to show that they felt the same way. Because if normally a movie makes $1 billion, that director
you just keep them.
and it also shows, and Goddard, I think you would agree with this, maybe you don't. I think that it shows that the Marvel machine, it's a different type of machine where a lot of times it's more about the property than it is even the director, that they can afford to do that, because a lot of times, like look, when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy, they made sure because of James Gunn's style. That they got him back, and we know the what happened with the third one. I mean, they even after all the controversy, they went back to get him because he's got a specific style that works for that movie. I don't think the previous directors for Captain Marvel added anything. I think like you look at that movie, like again, there's certain movies that you look at and you go, well, that person certainly made that movie. That person. Did you see Captain Marvel and think that it was like a really the first one and think it was really uniquely directed? Where'd he go? Is he gone?
Am I here?
Yeah.
Sorry, are you talking to RB3 or me? I don't know.
I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry. Everyone was frozen on my screen, so I had to leave and come back real quick.
All right, well, I'm not repeating it.
No, I think this is I do like and I'm sure that Marvel saw Candyman and was like, yes, this is where we want to go. And like I'm sure that's what happened. But I also think that maybe Ryan Fleck and Anna Boden probably wanted a little more money, and the direction was probably a little not on the, I don't want to say basic, and
that's the question. I did think it was
a $1 billion grossing movie,
right?
And so they probably were like, all right, we want a little bit more, because this movie made a shit ton of money, and so the Marvel was like, nope, we're gonna get this brand new director and go in this brand new direction, and that's probably a good thing.
RB3.
I personally disagree though, Kristian. I think there was like a direction in there, but I think it wasn't necessarily in like the action scenes or like the big moments. I think it was more of like the quiet moments, like the character moments between Brie Larson's Captain Marvel and like her friend Monica.
Sure. I mean, there's definitely direction, but it wasn't. But you think it was something that actually, but stood out. It wasn't something that you looked at. You bring in certain directors for unique voice. When you look at Black Panther and you see what Ryan Coogler did that movie, you look at anything that the Russos did, you know that they have certain elements that they do that you're like, well, that's very unique for what they do, and they pulled that off. Even in those moments that you're talking about in Captain Marvel, I don't feel like other directors couldn't have done that as well, if not better.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely. I think it's a different style. I think if it was, a less of a big budget Marvel movie, we have like certain expectations. I think it might have played a little different. But it's also weird when there's like goofy aliens and weird makeup and having weird conversations in the '90s and like a de-aged Nick Fury. There's a lot of weird elements that kind of get in the way of like the human elements that kind of make it kind of weird.
Stupid cat shit.
Yeah, exactly. And fortunately, I think with the next Captain Marvel, we don't have to worry about that. It's just going to be, I think there's going to take place in modern day. So it's going to be a lot less like goofy 90s references, a lot less cheesy alien makeup, and a lot more of whatever Nia DaCosta has to offer. So that's what gets me excited.
Sucks that Rambo won't be able to come back. Her friend, Monica Rambo, because
because
that
she'd be
place
too
in the
old.
90s, 30 years later.
But I mean, that's for her daughter.
Yeah, she's gonna be James Bond. She's gonna be James Bond. Okay, let's move on over. What do we got?
Oh, I had one thing to comment on this in the article. I was just amazed at in 4 paragraphs that the word helmed was used 3 times. That's all I wanted. Somebody just learned helmed, I guess, when they were writing this, and they're like, "What's that?"
Can you bring up the article and read it like a snooty critic, Brett?
Yeah.
Bring up the album. This is someone who's a very snooty critic, and he just discovered the word helmed. Are you ready, Brett?
Nia DaCosta, the Little Woods director who helms the upcoming highly anticipated revival of Candyman franchise, has been set to direct the upcoming Captain Marvel sequel for Marvel Studios. DaCosta takes over Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck, who helmed the first film, which opened last year and grossed $1.13 billion worldwide. Where's the other helmed?
Was there only 2?
No, there is. It's got to be. Okay, Marvel does switch directors on the franchises, with Thor, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel all seeing at least one change at the helm during their solo film trilogy runs.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you. That is the acclaimed movie critic, Mr. Helm.
That was the first 3 paragraphs. The last one doesn't, but they could have snuck one more in.
One more in there. Are you helming anything tonight?
Yes.
Who's going to helm that one? You know what I'm saying? Oh, let's not helm it too fast. I've got to helm at home. Oh.
Wow.
What the hell was going on?
My favorite part of The Lord of the Rings was Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep.
Hey, honey, can you help me with my helm over here? Oh, that's not really how it's worked, but we can helm it up later. Yes. I've helmed a few times, if you know what I mean. Then
I need someone to helm. I need someone to helm my shoe tying.
I have
We really held them showing to the ground, huh?
I've helmed enough of this, if you know what I mean. Whoa, zippity zoo. All right, let's helm on over to the next one.
Waiting for a Schmoebot with title Helm.
Sure. Speaking of which, if you want to helm a Schmoebot, do it today at the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Very important. Trying to get enough of the donations and make sure the crew comes back. That's what we're gonna do. All right.
Also, I'm
sure
so sorry. Oh, go ahead, Brad.
No, you go.
I was gonna say I have to clear something up with one of our wonderful fans from yesterday.
Yes.
You guys remember when Robert Yamagata sent in the Schmoebot about what should he do for his girlfriend, and Brett and I were like, propose to her, and then later we got a stream lab that was like, marriage isn't really our thing. That wasn't from him.
Oh.
And we were also like, did you guys think it was him too?
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
And when Roka was like, it's just a piece of paper. Oh, so's your driver's. Like, I thought he was going after Robert Yamagata. So like Robert and I were talking yesterday. He's like, that wasn't me. Anyway, I wanted to clear that up. Sorry, Robert.
Yeah. Sorry.
Her is donated $20. Hello, my babies and honeys. Can we get RB3 as Adonis Creed convincing Arnold drunk Brett and shook the okay to train him? Helm.
She's all drunk today. What's going on with her?
Yeah, I don't know. She's a little weird.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Christian, did you get to see Michael B. Jordan showed up to the show yesterday?
Oh,
What happened? No, did he do an impression of Michael B. Jordan?
as Luke Skywalker, it was amazing.
We'll save that for the end.
Save it for the donations.
Yeah.
Save it for the donations.
There's no way Michael B. Jordan doesn't become his number one.
I'm telling you, RB3, when we get back into like studio and able to do stuff, and I get an invite for like any junkets, you're going to interview Michael B. Jordan.
Listen, I just want to say this is all jokes. If Michael B. Jordan and people are watching, I'm not serious. I'm not serious. You know what I mean?
Step it back.
What about Kristen Stewart? What are your thoughts on her?
I'm a big fan. I got nothing to say about Kristen Stewart.
So funny. Okay, look, Bill and Ted. There's some news with Bill and Ted. They moved. It's supposed to be September 1st. The Labor Day weekend in the United States, the first weekend of September, is packed up to the gills with entertainment options this year. Christopher Nolan's Tenet. We haven't heard too much about that this year. Disney's live-action Mulan. Charlie Kaufman's The Thinking of Ending Things. The second season of Amazon's The Boys, and major game titles like Marvel's Avengers, Tony Hawk, Pro Skater 1 and 2, and NBK 2-1. It's a crowded weekend, which also has Bill and Ted Face the Music set to debut. The third adventure of the Wild Stallions pair has opted to get out of the fray, moving up a few days, and will now debut the weekend before on August 28th. I love this news. As planned, the film will simultaneously be released both in select theaters and on premium VOD. It'll also be premiering at the Yosemite Film Festival. Just kidding. The stakes are come on, that's funny. Regardless, the stakes are higher than ever for the time traveling exploits of Bill S. Preston. Yeah, we got all that. So that's Dark Horizons. I love that they're doing this a little earlier. Get out of the way of it. Have a day, have a weekend to do it, and it'll be your weekend, and I'll be watching it. I'm excited for that one.
Going up against New Mutants.
Oh, that's right.
Big deal.
Oh, right.
New Mutants is still holding firm on that date, though.
Yeah, like they
Yeah, because different. That's different audience. It is and it isn't, I guess, but it's different tones. I'm gonna be watching New Mutants because to me, it's like, what the fuck? This movie I felt like was supposed to come out 6 years ago, or at least 3. It was
supposed to come out 3 years ago.
3 years ago, right? It was like 3. It's crazy. 3. So I'm gonna be watching that to see, because I think that movie's gonna be just a stink pile. Times 100. But I'm still gonna check it out to see, because I want it to be good. But the Bill and Ted, man, I want to. That's gonna be a fun one to just kind of kick back and watch, even if it's completely overly stupid and just a dopey popcorn movie. I am ready to go. So, are you guys both excited? Do you think this is a smart move, RB3, to move it a week before?
I think it is smart. I mean, I didn't realize how crowded the beginning of September was. Right? Like,
what the fuck is going?
I love how Ben doesn't even like try to pretend that he's on the air. He just like yells.
I don't think he realizes.
I don't think he realizes he is on the air.
Now he's frozen.
His Wi-Fi.
I also love that he legitimately talks to himself, though. Who knew?
Who doesn't?
Yeah. I mean,
true.
Especially. There it is. He's back.
Penny, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Poor thing.
And it won't even hold a goddamn Wi-Fi connection.
Talking to yourself, or you're talking to us now? He doesn't.
Ben, we can hear most of what you're saying.
Good. Fuck this thing.
Call out the company. What's the company? Spectrum, AT&T.
Give him a shout.
He's got Spectrum.
Do the millennial thing. Tweet at him at the same time.
That's what you get when you let Henry Cavill build
your. That is not the millennial thing to do.
Yes, it is. Anytime you use social media to do grievances, it's the millennial thing to do. All right. So what
the fuck we're talking about?
Don't need $20. Hey everyone, you were thinking Maria Rambeau Monica is the daughter. The article that mentioned the WandaVision writer.
Can't really hear anything.
Writing Captain Marvel too. Makes sense since the show has adult Monica is a character in the show. Monica to have a big role in film.
So Monica the daughter is going to have a big role?
And WandaVision, in the WandaVision TV show. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So and it's also the writer of the WandaVision TV show is
writing Captain Marvel. Okay, I make a tie all in. That's great. Maybe that's another reason why certain deals. Look, you can't. Marvel makes sure that shit ties together. They treat their movies and that was the thing that I always wanted for Star Wars. When they announced, like, the one thing I always got very excited about back in 2012 when Kathleen Kennedy made that announcement that all the books and all the TV shows and all the games and everything would be canon. That got me so excited because nobody had ever done that. And I don't want to hear Marvel did that. They didn't. Their comics were very different. The comics didn't play into their movies. There were certainly stories that were adapted and there were similarities, but like stuff that happened in the books tying into this has never been done before. One medium, everything in canon, and then they just completely
donated $21.32.
Thank you.
Hashtag shameless plug. Listen to Blockbuster Mentality Helmet interview with Kristian Harloff this Monday.
I went on yesterday. We talked about the wrestler. It was a lot of fun. So make sure you check out Blockbuster Mentality. It was a good show. Tampa dudes and
Patricia Metritz donated $25. I can't watch your match until Saturday morning because I have to work, but Ben, I believe in you. The prize for the win.
We're gonna definitely
about your Wi-Fi, Ben.
Yeah. We'll just,
the whole crew.
She's fucked up today.
Well, somebody did tell me if like somebody's having Wi-Fi, it does bring down the whole Zoom kind of a thing.
Way to
So
go,
Ben's
Ben.
ruining the Schmoebot, basically. Is what I'm trying.
Fuck yourself, Brett.
Fucking Ben. Unbelievable.
Man,
A real bag of shit.
why aren't you
Brett?
hard lined in, man? You're the.
Yeah, you're the Twitch guy.
My Ethernet port is broken.
That
trust me, I
sucks.
just found out
Get
yesterday.
it fixed. Get it fixed. Get it fixed.
This is.
I'll fucking leave. I already got paid
no,
for today.
Listen. I'll tell you what. I'm empathetic. This is the guitar was plugged in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
I just want to say, Ben.
Chris
you?
Hemsworth donated $20.
Chris Hemsworth, thank
Hey
you.
guys, Bill and Ted is such a boomer movie. Nobody below the age of 40 is interested in it. New Mutants looks way more interesting.
There's another song that comes. Well, there's actually a song. Well, there's a song.
Steve donated $20.
I'll have to respond to that.
Hey Ben, I work in IT. Did you try to turn it off and then on again?
Let me respond to that one that Bill and Ted's just for boomers. There's a song on the radio and it's relevant to that. It's called "Sniff My Balls, That's all you need to do. You gotta sniff my balls, because it's not a boomer movie. It's sniff my balls. What are you gonna do? I don't know what I'll tell you, but it's not as true. It's not as true. I was talking about they turn blue. Sniff my balls. What you gonna do with my lemon balls? You gotta watch New Mutants. You are dumb. Oh, dumb to dumb. What are you gonna helm? You're gonna helm nothing because you're not directing. You're sitting on the couch. Hey, do. And I gotta tell you, Ben Goddard's internet sucks.
And not to mention, boomers were born after World War II. Get your fucking facts straight.
Sniff my balls, sniff my balls.
Generation X, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's right. You can see us tweeting out at Southwest.
I'm looking forward to New Mutants. So
I think it'll be fun. And my prediction, it's going to be better than Tenet.
You're definitely going to see it before Tenet. I'll tell you that. Sniff my balls.
Problematic, that's for sure.
That's right. Woo. All right, what the hell were we talking about? I don't remember.
Mandalorian's got some Twitter drama.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, don't give me this. I don't want to get into social stuff. We're getting into.
No, this is one of the articles you sent us.
Oh, I know what you're saying. It's not real drama. It's not real drama.
I know, I'm joking.
All right. I don't know with you. I never know with you where you're gonna go. You can see where you can see. You know, come on.
I never know with you reading the articles that I send you verbatim. It's crazy.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Sometimes you go rogue. You start talking about,
You'll never
God knows
forgive
what.
me for not talking about Rocky IV that one time. One time I don't talk about Rocky IV.
Speaking of which, if you were following Stallone's Instagram, he's been posting he's working on the cut. You fucking heathens. Sniff my balls, sniff my balls.
Come on, let's get this back on track. Tell us about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Christian.
Well, we got a couple. We got through some more moments. They are now in the. They're on the B. The kid still won't clean his fucking face. He's got pollen all over it. He's flying around. For some reason, Rick Moranis decides to try to hit a bee with a bat. Okay, just doesn't want to swat him. And then Max Headroom is the neighbor. So there you go.
Oh, Max Headroom.
Sniff my balls, sniff my balls, sniff my balls.
I love Kristian just being like, oh, you're talking about the social medias. What are you talking about?
What the fuck are we talking about fucking Captain America 2 for? It's the first, it's the title of the fucking show, man.
You said Captain America.
Oh, whatever. Same.
Idiot.
Oh man!
That would have been so good.
Brett, before we move on to this story about the real drama, will you tell me about how you've been washing your ass lately?
Well, you mean helming my ass?
Yes. How you been helming your ass?
Well, if you have a butthole and you want a helmet, this ad's for you. It's hard to believe that I can read
Get your glasses.
without my glasses.
Get your glasses. I was actually going to interrupt you to tell you.
Sound like an old married couple. Get your glasses there, Earl.
All right, so it's hard to believe that when we go to the bathroom in this country, most of us wipe instead of wash. Bidets have been available for years and years, but they've been hideously expensive and cost thousands of dollars, so no one would want to buy them. But the Hello Tushy modern bidet attachment is here to democratize the blessings bestowed by bidets and offer clean buttholes to everyone. Hello Tushy cleans your butt with a precise stream of fresh water for just $79. It attaches to any existing toilet, requires no electricity or additional plumbing, and it cuts toilet paper use by 80%. So the Hello Tushy bidet pays for itself in a few months. Because with the Hello Tushy, you don't wipe at all. Even the best stew pie can't cut it when it comes to hands-free poop experience. Who doesn't want a hands-free poop experience? Come on, people. Ditch the paper products and uncomfortable chafing when you switch to a soothing, cleansing stream of water from the Hello Tushy bidet attachment. And every Hello Tushy bidet attachment comes with a 60-day risk-free guarantee and 12-month warranty. Join the millions of happy Hello Tushy customers right now and have a clean butt with every wash. Come on, you washed your body with water. Why don't you wash with your butt with it, okay?
Honestly, you also feel very classy with it.
Oh yeah, I have a bidet.
Yeah, that's the reason you get it for the most part. Is it because you can when everyone's just like, I ran out of toilet paper. Yeah, I just washed my ass with my bidet.
I wash my ass. So the way if you want to wash your ass, you go to hellotushy.com/SEN Live and get 10% off. This is a special offer for the listeners. Go to hellotushy.com/SEN Live for 10% off. hellotushy.com/SEN Live. Shoot some water up your ass. That's I added that. Is that okay? Do you think?
I'm telling you, it cleans it nice. All right, let's get back to this fucking drama that Ben Goddard made up.
Yeah, you're right. The other day when Roxy was on, we didn't talk about someone's dating life for like 30 minutes. And, full gossip, nothing like that. Oh, my internet went out, so no one heard what I said anyway.
We did.
You know what I don't? Barbie 3. You know what I don't like about Zoom? I just tried to mute Ben. I muted myself.
I mean, I can make you the host if you want to mute people. I mean,
not right now, but he's learning.
No, I'm not.
We heard you.
Yeah, all right, make me a host.
We did hear you.
All right, what's next?
So Gina Carano saw a little GIF of Ronda Rousey punching Sasha Banks in the face.
Oh, bummer.
Was it, I don't think it was Rousey. I think it was Shayna Baszler, I believe.
Oh, it looked like Rousey to me, but I don't know.
It looked like Rousey, but I will double check that.
You
know better than me.
Is she standing in the back next to Bayley and she hits her?
It looks like Rousey in a leather jacket. I don't know who's next to Sasha Banks.
It's Baszler.
Banks has her two
It's
belts.
Baszler. Yeah. That's not Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's not in wrestling right now. It's the Shayna Baszler is who she's feuding with, and the other day she cracked her in the mouth. So anyway, Shayna Baszler cracks her in the mouth. Carano posts it, and what happens? Okay, good story. So let's see. He's not here anyway. I'm trying to go through and find. I couldn't find. So Brett,
Here.
Want me to do it?
You want me to read it? Oh, yeah.
I see it. Gina Carano says, and just like that, I want to attend my first WWE Universe event. Sasha Banks and Baszler, two of my favorites. It says it in the tweet. So anyway.
I don't know everyone's Twitter handle.
It says you're a fucko today, huh? Pissed off at his internet. He thinks he's got the balls of a fucking lion. So it is. So yeah. So Ronda Rousey now goes by QS Baszler. If it's okay, Ben, because for some reason, I guess maybe because your internet's fucked up. If you click on the actual name of the person on Twitter, it pops up. It's
What are we doing? We're talking about Twitter here in an article I sent? Get the fuck out of here.
Are you making me host or what? All right, let's see. So anyway, so they went back and forth on it. They go, what, a friendly scrap?
Sure.
Great. Good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, this is the worst.
Yeah. Well, Shayna Baszler actually responded and said one of my favorite Star Wars characters, which is cool. And I guess they kind of went. They were kind of going back and forth with one another, and it was fun. Katie Sackhoff got involved in it too. But the one thing that report said from the article that I sent was that Sasha Banks is playing Sabine. That is nowhere near confirmed, nor do I think that is going to happen. I don't think she's going to play Sabine at all. But a lot of people are hoping. I just don't think that's going to happen. But either way, I think she's got to have a pretty big role in it. But to see them kind of playing, it looks like Gina and it. By the way, it also looks like, and nothing confirmed, but Gina and Katie and Sasha all going back and forth together, and now they have this, fun camaraderie. I'm looking forward to seeing all three of them on screen together. I mean, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
How fucking badass of a fight would Gina Carano versus Katie Sackhoff versus Sasha Banks in a Star Wars universe be?
Oh.
I'll be paying attention.
That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. No question. That would be like. I love anything Gina Carano does. Like now, I mean, I don't think she's the greatest actor, but
she's good in this. Really good in this.
I feel like she's okay in this.
Oh,
honestly.
wow. Have you? But are you comparing the stuff that she had done in the past?
No, that's the thing. We've had this discussion before. Okay. Is that like apparently I don't know where she's come from, but what I'm saying is I actually like her body in this world. I believe like if you put some waif-like person in this that isn't jacked, that isn't like a badass, I'm not interested in that.
All three of those ladies are jacked up. I mean, because
that's what I'm saying. Like
Katie got herself like in. Katie was always in obviously fighting shape for when she was in Battlestar, but then for this new her Netflix show, she got fucking cut up. And then you look at her YouTube channel, and she's been working out, and she's been around, she MMA and learned boxing, and then Sasha Banks obviously from her years in wrestling. I want to see them all scrap.
That's what I was going to say.
I mean, look. Hopefully, they're fighting together. But I would love to also see, like that initial first meeting between them, and they just, it's like Thor and Captain America and Iron Man all going at it. Like I want to see those three badasses scrapping. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it'd be cool to see. So, but anyway, I think that's what that fun story was. That they're it seems like Carano and Sasha Banks have a good relationship. All right, what's next, Ben? Are you still available?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why my internet sucks today, but
it's like I'm having flashbacks to Robert Parker.
It doesn't like your attitude, I don't think.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, geez.
So with this article you definitely sent over. I don't know if it's okay to talk about, but about Tom Hanks and Robert. Is this cool? Cool.
So this guy wins fucking 3 matches in the Intergeekdom, and he thinks he's Dan Merle. So you haven't even been on the show for a year, fuckface.
Hey, but all joking aside, Ben, if you need to restart your router, I could do the stories.
Oh, God help us all. But do you want us to restart your computer for real?
I'll do it in a second. I'll read this and I'll go back once we start the thing. So Tom Hanks is in talks to play Geppetto, the kindly woodmaker from Pinocchio. Robert Zemeckis is set to direct. I heard that there wasn't a Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio coming out as well. So this seems like another Jungle Book Mowgli situation, Armageddon, Deep Impact. Are you guys interested in both, or which one would you like? And I'll be back.
I think that the popular opinion for film fans is going to be the Del Toro version. I will sway the other. I'll go the other way. I'm a big Del Toro fan. I think first of all, he's a great human being. I've had a pleasure of talking to him many times. He's just a wonderful, wonderful person. But as Kate has heard me talk about before, the problem with Del Toro when he's not doing these movies like Pan's Labyrinth or producing other movies, when he's doing big movies, he goes. You talked about the other day RB3 with I forget who we were talking about, but Doug Liman. Del Toro also is a big budget inflator. There is no reason in the world that Pacific Rim should have cost more than $100 or $120 million for those movies. They cost almost 200 and plus. And so I would be worried about Pinocchio doing that. Plus the fact that I think that I want to see a version of. Because Zemeckis is doing it. I feel Zemeckis will hit the flavor of what Rana did for Cinderella and what Favreau did for Jungle Book, and that is taking the bits and parts of the actual movie that we fell in love with and adding to it, as opposed to trying to just make a sequel like Tim Burton has done, or these movies that just haven't, or a shot-by-shot remake like Lion King. But what Del Toro will definitely add is something unique, different, creepy. That version will be fun.
Huge package donated $20. Hey, Molotov shrimp cocktail looks like the boss and his weak eyebrows.
There goes my theory.
To the show today.
Yeah, so I'll do. Hey, Molotov cocktail. Looks like the boss and his weak eyebrows didn't make it to the show today. I kid. Have a great day, everyone. RB3 drip drip. Hey, Ben, I was the one who donated on your show with the classic Clark Wolf. Last, hi, Brett.
Hello. I thought it was Helm Brett now, but okay.
I don't. She's struggling. She's struggling today.
She's got Spectrum too.
Can you restart the bot? I don't think you can, right? No, you can't even do that.
Let's just restart the stream tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Don't tempt me. Roka's hosting tomorrow. Anyway, so where were we on that one? I just completely.
The Toro versus.
Yes. Yeah. Where do you stand on that, RB3?
Well, you're right. I definitely think the Toro version is going to be like more visionary, more, kind of groundbreaking, more critically acclaimed. Zemeckis, I love Zemeckis. We did a Meaning Of episode about Zemeckis, and I profess my love for his movies. Obviously Back to the Future is obvious, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of my favorites. Forrest Gump is one of my favorites. Contact with Jodie Foster, one of my favorite sci-fi movies ever. So he has a great filmography. The thing that worries me is about Robert Zemeckis today. Like his most recent stuff, out of all of his more recent stuff, the only hits that he really has are, going back to Polar Express and then Flight. But everything else, like the Welcome to Marlin movie with Steve Carell wasn't a hit. Then wasn't that good even. And a lot of his other movies have just been falling to the wayside. So I hope that something could come out of his version. It's going to be a Disney adaptation, and he has a relationship with Disney, and he has a relationship with Tom Hanks. So hopefully it could produce quality. But I'm looking forward to both versions, honestly.
That's a good point though too. They haven't done anything since Castaway, right?
They
did Polar Express together.
Polar Express, right. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, Kate?
I was just gonna say, now we know why it's Tom Hanks and not Steve Carell that's gonna be Geppetto.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just not big on the Disney live actions to begin with. So I'm guessing, and also Pinocchio in particular, like even the cartoon, I feel like was so dark. Mm-hmm. Like it's dark in the way where like Ursula the Sea Witch is dark in the sense that it's like, oh, okay, well, if I ever find myself under the sea and there's a sea witch who's gonna but like I feel like, I don't know, like Pinocchio touches on some like real shit. Like I don't know, like
you think
falling in with the wrong crowd. And so I don't know, it's always felt so dark to me. So I'm interested in Del Toro's take on it, because I imagine it's going to be very different than I have a feeling it's going to feel like Pan's Labyrinth a bit.
Yeah.
Del Toro's will be 90% of the boys turning into donkeys and smoking cigars and drinking, and the rest of it will just a little pepper in a little bit of the other story, but it'll all take place there and show the dark transformations of the boys.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, what do you guys think? Go ahead and let us know.
Do we know the cast of the other one, the Del Toro one, or is
No, they haven't really said much about it. Yeah, it's just kind of
It's going to be like all Australian and New Zealand actors.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to take a couple more questions here. Streamlabs.com/the this works.
Donated $20. I don't feel so good. Took one too many shots.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Many shots. Oh, hey, cake like the outfit. Hey,
I don't know what that's all about.
Like more hair today.
We'll just turn it up. Turn
it off and just read them if they come? I
mean, look, we'll do it. So what we'll do is, if you're putting in the Schmoebot, so for today, just put who you'd want to read your Schmoebot. That's how we'll do the big donations today. So anything on the 20 and over, you can, whoever you want to read. You started out with saying, I want so and so, or put in parentheses Busey, right? Or put in parentheses Drunk Brett, or put in parentheses Irish Kate, or just Kate in general, and then we'll make sure that you guys can, then you'll read the comment, and I can and as far as how everybody will get those comments, RB3, I'll just text them to people, so it's fine.
You can read them like a robot. I have the stories pulled up if you want me to hit the next one.
Yeah, go ahead. What's the next one?
Well, the next one, yesterday we were talking about Mulan being released on PVOD, which you said would never happen, and I made a crack at you. But
that is not true. That's not what I said at all. I said it wouldn't. I said it wouldn't be on. I said it would be on Disney Plus.
But that they would never make people pay for it.
But what they're doing is you're paying for it on Disney Plus, and then you're keeping Disney Plus.
Oh.
So they didn't, what I was saying, they're not putting it on a different, because they're still doing exactly what I said, and that is, look, yeah, if you want to pay the extra $30, you're still going to get Disney Plus, and you'll be able to keep it for a while. But it's on their app. They're seeing it through their app. It's not going through another platform, and it's not going. That's what I was saying.
So you took my slight ribbing very seriously.
No, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it when it came out, and that's they kind of combined both of what we were talking about. They certainly did go to that pay-per-view model, but they kept it on their own streaming platform, which worked.
And what they cleared up today, because yesterday we weren't sure about this, you do keep it. It's not a rental. It doesn't go away. As long as you keep Disney Plus, you keep Mulan for the, if you drop Disney Plus at any point, then and re-up it, you don't get the movie back, I don't believe. So but it is like you're purchasing it to stay on Disney Plus.
Okay. So this is a big story. Obviously, this is the question. I'm sure you guys covered it yesterday, but it's like, is this gonna start to maneuver? Is this gonna start to do? Are we gonna start to see more movies doing this? The big movies. But RB3, what do you think about this overall? Because the bigger story here, Brett, is the fact that you be able to, in this $30, you can keep it for a while, right?
Yes, and yesterday we talked about like whether $30 was too much, and like for a family, yes, it seemed like that would work. That's less than we would spend to go out to a theater, but for the single person, it seems like a bit much. But I think that this, knowing that you're going to be able to keep it, might change the minds of those people that were initially like a little skeptical.
Yeah. How long does it say you can keep it for?
I think as long as you have Disney Plus is. My understanding, it's
see, that's the big difference between, and that's the massive difference between VOD. Like my wife the other day, I mean, this is something that I didn't bring up on the show. She really has to dive into these fucking romantic movies. It just makes her, because we were gonna watch The Departed the other night, and she decided, and I understand, like that movie would make you anxious before you go to sleep. I get it. She's like, I need something to like kind of relax. And I think at one point she watched while you were sleeping, which I get. But the other night she had the same type of thing. She wanted to just kind of chill out, and she spent $19.99 on this fucking Katie Holmes and Josh Lucas movie.
Oh.
And she's like, yeah, it was like a bad Lifetime movie. and I said, that costs $20 to watch. And it's like, you couldn't have waited for that piece of shit to come on one of the thousands of streaming services that we had. You had to pay for that. But, you know, and the other problem with it is that you got to watch that fucking thing within 24 to 48 hours, and then it's gone.
Wait,
so
she rented it for $19.99?
Yeah, because it was a brand new.
Oh, she's fired.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you rent that because that's those big movies, the release movies, when they come out, the ones that are supposed to be in the theaters that come out early, they charge you $20. So I think the Mulan charging you $30, but if you're on Disney Plus, you keep it. That's a great deal.
Yeah.
It's a great deal. You keep it. It becomes part of the library, basically. So then if you, but the problem is you got to like the movie. If that was the deal for Artemis Fowl, you're like, you know, fuck you, pay me $30.
That's what
that was RB3.
Yeah.
That's what's his point.
And exactly, I think, you know, just what you were saying, Kristian, like the $20 a month, the $20 for a rental is way too much. That's way too much. I can't stand for it. I can't do it, especially if it's just 24 hours. But now if you're talking about purchasing it for $30, that's a different situation. But then it's still like buying a Blu-ray for a movie you haven't seen before. Like, that's just a shot in the dark. You know what I mean? Now, that's the only issue I take contention with. I do think if they would have put it on Disney Plus for free, I think you would have seen it would have become an instant competitor to Netflix, like just like that, like instantly. But the problem is, like, you're not going to be able to maintain that kind of level of release every single month for to hold at $7.99. So.
Unless you get your shows up and running like right away, all the Marvel shows, Mandalorian, you start putting all your big budget movies. But I think that this changes the game with being able to keep it. This changes the game because, like I said, that Katie Holmes movie cost $19.99, and it's thankfully out of my life for after 24, 48 hours. But if it was good, and this, you know what happened? This happened with I can't remember when Spider-Man Far From Home came out. I had seen him, and my wife wanted to see it, so we rented it. It was like $5 at that point because it had already come out. But we didn't watch it in time, and then it was gone, and we couldn't watch it anymore. And I'm like, son of a bitch! Now I gotta wait for it to be on some stupid things. I'm not paying another $5 or $6 for this shit. But if it's $30, you basically own it as long as you have Disney Plus. I think it works.
And that's kind of keeping people from doing what they did with. I know a lot of people with Game of Thrones would get HBO for an extended period of time and drop it. You know, I mean, that is a way to kind of keep people. If they start putting out good films that you want to keep, it's going to get those people to stop doing the buy and drops.
Yeah, I think that because of that, I wasn't going to get it on the $29.99. I wasn't going to get it if it was just like one of those purchases for. But the fact that it basically unlocks it and puts it on your Disney Plus that I pay for anyway, I might do it because I know my daughter really wants to see it. So I might check it out because you guys have Disney Plus, Kate, because of this, because you can keep it. But the risk, I guess, is am I only going to watch this movie once?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, but that's true about a lot of DVDs I even have. Do you know what I mean? Or a lot of Blu-rays that I purchase. I mean, for me, I you know, just in the time that we're in, like, I think if they had done this concurrently with, like, if we weren't in a lockdown because of a pandemic and they were releasing it in theaters, there's no way on the planet I would also, if they also said, well, you can either go to a theater or you can rent it for $30 at home and own it, there's no way I would do the home version. I would go out. But in these times when I'm looking for a way to make this day different than yesterday, different than the day before, are you kidding? I'm thrilled to be like, there's a new thing we can do. And, like, you know, I'm going to make it into a movie theater. We're going to do tickets. We're going to, you know, like, I'm going to just try and give them an experience with it.
You should charge the kids like $10 for a little bag of popcorn.
100%. By the way, yesterday he was my son Neil was playing with like his he's like, Mama, come watch my TV show, and I was like, okay, and he was just like acting things out, and he's like, this TV show is called Work Together. And it was just like all of his different toys working together, and I was like, that show will never make it on the internet.
That's right. Nobody wants to see positivity.
No.
Learn the real world.
Work together.
What if you would have looked at it and you were like, you dumb bastard?
I was like, I'm disgusted.
You know what Kristian does in that situation? Pops in Jacob's ladder.
That's it.
Shows him the real world.
That's it. That's right. That's I told you that. That's what I do. That's what you got to do.
Oh God.
So there's going to be a reboot of Ren and Stimpy.
How you feeling about that? I put that story in there for you, Brett, because I know they were going to do. I think there was talk about Beavis and Butthead coming back, but now that's one where will the new generation give a shit about Ren and Stimpy?
I think because of the adultish humor to it, I think definitely with things like Adventure Time and Rick and Morty and things like that, I think this is right up the alley of kids these days.
Right. Anybody? RB3, did you ever watch Ren and Stimpy? Do you care about it at all?
I do. I actually do, because I used to watch it on Nick at Night all the time. Like,
I see.
They used to play the reruns, and that's how I think most people from like my generation are going to be familiar with it, is like through the reruns of it. So I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it, and in fact, I just hope they bring back. I don't know if the original voice cast is like still like active and like have
alive
careers. Well, I don't want to say that. I hope they're alive too. But I just hope for nothing but the best. And I do want to see it. I'm excited.
Didn't Mike Judge do most of the voice?
I think he did for.
No, not for that. Mike Judge for Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, you're right.
Mike Judge is Beavis and Butthead. You're thinking Tom Kinney, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Kenny's still alive. He's SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
I told you the most Hollywood story of my life was going to a kid's birthday party.
Oh, and he was there, right?
Well, I didn't know. But there was a SpongeBob balloon, and Dickie was like, "Dude, that guy's really good at SpongeBob." And then one of the dads was like, "That is SpongeBob."
Oh, that's great.
Oh, nice.
I was reading because they also greenlit the Beavis and Butthead Mike Judge. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so I'm hoping let's try the Schmoedown again, because let's see if she got her shit together now that Ben took off, because to be honest, we need it.
Cut the shit.
To be honest, we need it. Streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. It's these people aren't cheap. So let's get to if you can do it, that's great. And then also let you know I've been really taking advantage of this bulletproof coffee, by the way. So it's funny because I told people how I got the side of the ghee. And there was somebody's like, I love how people are discovering ghee now. I've known about it for a while because I also had it when I was with Tiffany Smith back in Sundance, and she had introduced me to it, and it's really delicious. I put a scoop of it in my coffee, in the bulletproof coffee. They have K-cups, they have the beans, they have whatever you want. Link is in the description. Click on it, get yourself some of this coffee. It is definitely, if you've noticed over the last week, when I've been on this show, my energy has been better. And this bulletproof coffee is phenomenal. It's really good, and I'm glad that they're part of the show. I'm glad they're sponsors of the show. For as long as they are part of the show, I will be drinking it. And if they leave tomorrow, I will be drinking it. So go and check out. Oh, look at that. That's a very good endorsement. Lou's there with probably the classiest one I've seen in a while. It says bulletproof makes you fuck hard. There you go.
Hey.
Perfect. Well done. So that's it. Yeah. So ATH Media, what's wrong with ghee? You don't like it? It's delicious.
It's a good if you're lactose intolerant too, because it's like a fat lactose free butter substitute. Just to throw some knowledge at you.
Yeah. Well, here's some more knowledge. Did you guys see? Have you watched any? I know RB3, you were part of it on Tuesday, but Smets and Chandru have been going after one another, and Chandru had one of the best burns I had seen in a long time at the very end of the show, after pretending that he's super respectful to Smets. He says something, he's like, just one question, can you tell me how to how it works after you win? After you win, do you FedEx me the championship? And that definitely pissed Smets off for sure. I mean, even Kaiser and Winston were going at it on both specials. There was a great special that you guys missed out. All you humps, you missed out on the Sturger and Brad Gilmore special. It's up on the channel now. You should still watch it. Big hyped up event tomorrow. It's going to be 5 p.m. if you're a $10 patron, you're definitely going to be taking advantage of everything, because if you joined on August 1st, you got the Roca and Irwin match. You still can get that if you join today. You're going to get the Smets match. You're going to get the Pride match, which is Ben Goddard and Silvestrini, who are going up against Lon Harris and Paul Oyama. That's going to be a big match. The winner of that will play Shazam next week on the undercard of Ethan Irwin and Dan Merle, and all of that if you're on a $10 patron. If not, you can go to the schmoedownlive.com. You can just plop down the $4.99 and you can get it and watch it with us. Either way, gonna be good. Yeah, eventually we'll be on YouTube. There's no doubt about it. But I was talking to people over at Skybound today, and what I've realized about the Schmoedown is that the way that you get the best experience out of the Schmoedown in general is the live experience. Because when I was listening to, and it doesn't matter if it's digital, live, in person, the throwdowns, whatever it might be, because there he is, he's back. Good timing, actually. But the other thing is that this show live, and I was listening to Ken Knapsack a little bit on Call to Action the other day, and he was talking about how when we did our first live show in downtown LA, everybody was there. RB3, were you there for the very first one that we did with JT and Roca? Yeah. And like, we all knew that night, like, it had changed. It had changed everything that we were doing, because it was, and Ken mentioned it, we're all performers, and the fact that we had this opportunity to do it, to bring it to the audience, and that carried over with the live events on pay-per-view. Like, you could feel the energy in it. I mean, look at Ace Ventura, Ace Cabrera, Andres Cabrera, which should be a very interesting match. Andres Cabrera versus Dimolanta. That match I mean, all of Andres' matches on Twitch were incredible. That live feel to it. The premiere, when you're watching matches on premiere, there's so much more to it. So you can watch these things as they come up, and they put them on YouTube. And I'm glad that you do. It's phenomenal. But I will tell you, you're missing out on the experience if you're not watching it live. There's no doubt about it. And that's why we wanted to make it worth every penny for you guys at that $10 tier, because you have all these massive events like Merle and Irwin next week. I mean, shit. As a fan of this thing, who doesn't want to watch that? That's going to be such a crazy match. But Goddard, and Kate, this is a big match for you guys. I mean, you guys are 2-0 right now, and you're playing up against a former champion and Lon Harris,
and a homeless guy. I know,
a homeless guy, but his knowledge is
I know.
As scary as he is, as crazy as it is what he's been doing. It seems like this homeless thing has gotten him better. This shtick, this more relaxed shtick that he's doing, has concentrated him more. So, Ben, do you because this isn't, if you're playing Whitney and Alonzo, and I think you said this on backstage, you got a better shot, because Alonzo is still learning the game, and Whitney's been in the show 6 seasons, and he still doesn't understand how to play. So
yeah.
he doesn't. He frustrates me, because he's such an intelligent player.
One repeat would have won them that
I know.
game, man.
He's such a good player, but he just can't bother himself to learn the rules. That frustrates me beyond belief, because he's so good. Alonzo's different. Alonzo has just kind of started to get his feet wet inside of it. Whitney's played for championships. At this point, come on, man, learn the game. Learn the game. It's like you had a repeat you could have used. You didn't remember to do that. You used to play with one of the greatest players that we have in Bibiani, and you didn't pick any of that up. That frustrated me beyond belief. But you're not playing those guys. You're playing two guys who do know the game. How do you feel?
It's going to be tough for sure. Paul is obviously a former champion. Lon is probably the best player in the league without a belt right now. Most proven, we have Paul Preston on our team, so that he would be up there as well, and Tom. But Lon, for how long he's been in the league, he's probably one of the best. He's probably like I wouldn't quite say the Dan Marino, but maybe like the Jim Kelly or something like that of the league. But yeah, and then Paul has proven himself in the game, and then with his game knowledge, and you saw in that 5-pointer, they talked it out. They didn't jump the gun, he didn't say this is 40 even when he thought it. He used a repeat when they ran out of time, so they're not going to make those repeat mistakes. They're not going to make any gameplay mistakes. Plus, they're very good at movie trivia. So it's definitely going to be a tough match. I love the slices me and Rachel came up with. Our study sessions have only bolstered my confidence in our team. So I'm really, really looking forward to this match. And it's going to be a bar fight. It's going to be all 3 rounds. It's going to come down to the 5-pointer. I'm ready for it.
I actually, real quick, I was literally just having a panic. I'm searching through my emails. I'm like, They never gave me their wheel slices. Did you guys give them directly to PJ?
Yes.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know how to turn their wheel.
Good. Well, the other thing I was going to ask for everybody here is that Smets and Chandru is one of the bigger. I mean, it's the first title match that we're doing online. You know, and it is massive. It's another 5-rounder. We've done 2 5-rounders thus far, but now we're doing this for the championship. Kevin Smets has been on the back burner. I think a lot of other people, when they have some ring rust, if you will, or some time off, could have ring rust. I don't think that's going to be the case with Smets. I think this is going to be a scrap, but I don't know if Chandru in big games. Well, the one thing that I think Roka was off about, Roka said that Smets has done this 5-round thing a bunch of times. He's only done it once. So this is, but it just seems like he's done it 1,000 times because he knows it so well. Does anybody have, and well, minus RB3, does anybody have Chandru winning this thing?
I don't necessarily have Smets winning it, and
Okay.
I love Kevin Smets deeply. I just love him as a person. I love him as a player. I feel like he's a person that just decided to be good and went out and made himself good. I love that kid. I think there's a lot of distractions in his life right now, and I know nobody agrees with me. Like, but I do think that, like, you know, when you have a child on the way, like I will always, or like if you're in a new relationship, I feel like life, and it's more important, you know what I mean? But I do feel like life can sometimes get in the way and take focus, and I'm not saying I have any information about this happening.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
But it could, well, that's.
But it could, you know,
Well,
like if your priorities might change.
Well, so
That's all.
Will McLean in here says ring rust isn't a real thing. To that I say bullshit. It is such a real thing. Like I saw it happen with I seen it happen to some of the greats. I saw it happen to Riley. I saw it happen to Merle. I've seen it happen to a bunch of people where the difference is it's how locked in you are still. Merle was gone. He wasn't locked in. Riley was out. He's not as locked in. There were people that were out for a while, and you play a guy like Andrew Guy who is locked in, and you're gonna get beat. I just think that Smets is locked in. I think he's just hasn't played for a little bit, but I think he's locked in.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Kate, it's a very, very good point, and I swear like 99% you'd be right. I think Kevin Smets is the exception.
Exception. I can also believe that.
The dude, like interviewing him, like just like how he studies, and I'm not underestimating Chandru. That kid has grown so much since coming in this league. It's gonna be a fight for sure, but I just don't think there's gonna be any distractions in Smets' life. And the fact that like he's kept ramping up for different matches, supposed to play in Houston, supposed to play in New York, all these different things, and like so he's been wanting to play since day one, like and he's been so open about that, wanting to be a fighting champion. Like he didn't want 8 months off to just sit with the belt. He wanted to play every single month and prove that he's the best.
Well,
and I think he's going to.
RB3. So to talk about Chandru just a little bit here too, like I mean, you know, I know that he's been doing this thing and brilliantly, I might add, of going and really pissing Kevin off. He's doing it obviously to try to get into Kevin's head. Do you think that Chandru is going to be intimidated by Kevin at all?
Not at all. I mean, I think, you know, people have been trying to intimidate Chandru for a long time. I think if anything, Chandru's more than ready. I think if anything, Chandru's been intimidating Schmetz. I think we never seen Schmetz this rattled before going into a match. I mean, he looked real emotional on Schmoedown backstage. You know, and it looked like they're just taking shots at each other that, hey, listen, man, Chandru's a funny guy. You know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, he's the ultimate heel. He's the ultimate heel. He's just making jokes. I mean, everybody in this league just kind of make jokes, but when Chandru does it, he usually does a smiling and a dancing. When he starts talking little caca, people get mad at him. So I think that just fuels the fire more. Like I said, Winston is the Phil Jackson of this league right now. So whenever like he has something, you know, whenever there's something to motivate one of our players, like we always lock in on it. We and listen, we've been doing practice sessions like all week. We've been getting ready for everybody and leading into the tournament, and for Paul, obviously for Paul and Lon as well. But yeah, Chandru is going to be a killer match. I'm looking forward to it. I love Kevin Smets too, by the way. He's my guy. He donated to Timestamp. Thank you so much, Kevin. Just an amazing guy, and I'm super looking forward to his success.
Yeah.
But Chandru's that dude.
So Alex Shashek is in the chat also, and she's obviously a host of Schmoebates, and she says if Chandru beats Smets, I consider that a huge upset, even though the record says otherwise. No, the record says exactly that. It would be a massive upset. Kevin Smets is 6-1 with 5 knockouts, and Chandru I think is something like 4-2 or 3-2. I can't remember what it is, 4-2. But so it's not, and he's beaten Brandon Hanna twice. So that would be a massive upset. There's no doubt about it. You're right there.
I was gonna say, I do think I think about this particular match. I do think it's the number one, and Kalinowski's probably gonna come for me after this, but I do think it's the number one, number two IG players that we have in the league playing each other right now.
Right now, I mean, well, the only reason that you could debate that is because Chance Ellison just won 4 massive matches in an Intergeekdom tournament down to the wire, and you make his claim. Same thing with Mike. Mike took out 3 big competitors. So I think that it's the strongest it's ever been. I don't know how Chandru would have done in that overall tournament but either way, we're going to find out who the winner will play Chance at Spectacular. So you'll be able to find that out. And we talked about these moments on Backstage. We put a clip out on the Schmoedown clips on which is so good. If you haven't watched,
Schmo donated $20. I think Chandru was making Smets angry. I don't think he rattled. I don't know if Chandru wants angry.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants angry Smets either. Yeah.
I don't think you can rattle Smets right now.
Life donated $20. Pacino, I hear people saying Disney is going downhill.
So they asked. So when you turn that one off, and I'll just do it. He asked for it as Pacino. So thank you for joining.
There you go.
Ho! I hear people saying that Disney's going down the hill. I hear people saying won't pay $3 to watch Mulan. I call a huge load of bullshit. Also, people complaining about still paying $7 a month to keep the service. Ha! Mandalorian 2.0, October 7th. Teaser soon. Thank you.
Hey!
Thank you. I like that. Let's do it that way. Okay. But anyway, so and I mentioned that Clips channel. That Clips channel it's for real. It is everything I always wanted. Added like a WWE type of channel. It's got all the great moments. It's amazing. If you haven't subscribed to that channel, you're not a real Schmoedown fan. No, I'm kidding. But you really should. And why if every competitor and manager is not subscribed to that channel, dopes, because there's so much information, so much to learn on that particular channel that it is great. It's a great way to learn the history of it. But what we're gonna do is same thing. Right now we're a little over 6,000 subscribers on that channel. If we get to 10,000, we're gonna release the Roca doc that right now is only exclusive to patrons, and we will make it. We will air it on that channel. So make sure you go on over there today. Just type in Schmoedown Clips on YouTube and subscribe today. It's great.
I just had a real great idea in my head where we take the Ken Burns Civil War music and just put it over the Roca doc.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love it.
Because it feels like it's the same time frame.
Well, here's the. I'm gonna put the clip.
Thank you.
I
did appreciate that. I know he was distracted, but I like it.
Thank you.
Here's the channel. The channel is in the chat room right now. If you want to subscribe, it's a great channel. I mean, right now the latest video that just went up is Cody Hall does the impossible versus Lon Harris.
One of my favorite moments.
Such a great moment where Cody Hall has a perfect round, and it looked like he was going to beat the professor. It was amazing.
I have a Christian Ruvalcaba on retainer to run into Lon's house and fuck with it real quick.
It's so good. There's also this Kevin Smets versus Chandru promo that's up from their first match together. People forget that they had a match, and it was very.
I was actually wondering if they had.
So Smets is 6-1 with 5 knockouts. The only person he never knocked out was Chandru, and Chandru took him to the 5-pointer. And Chandru was one question away from playing Mike Kalinowski at the Spectacular for the title. People forget that. Yeah, I know.
And that was when the famous challenge happened too. The Ariana challenge.
Yep. Yep, a lot of crazy shit. So go and check it out. Thank you guys, and let's get to streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. We'll start firing off some questions here.
Okay, let me scroll down real quick.
What do we got? So
real quick, my money's on whoever was in Newsies. So that's always how I determine.
Now's the time to seize the day, Brett.
That's right.
Anthony Colston. Hey, Ben, what's your favorite Dance Gavin Dance album? Downtown Battle Mountain, without a doubt. Downtown Battle Mountain. There was a thing on Twitter that showed ridiculousness. They were like filming a concert, and then they panned to like a security guard, and he was like he didn't know what he was watching, and it was like the band Dance Gavin Dance responded like, "That's us." Like,
you know what that is? Anybody else?
156 Impulse. When they announced Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, I was excited, and I still am. I like Brie, and I also studied Captain Marvel's powers. She's one of the most powerful heroes. I know people don't like Brie and Captain Marvel. I don't know why. I hope fans will like her. I do want to ask you guys that a little bit. We saw, in the first Captain Marvel, it was kind of like her discovering her powers. Now that she knows how powerful she is, and we saw her in Endgame literally just flying through a ship, taking a headbutt from Thanos. What do you think, the villain's going to be? I know they had this problem a little bit with, Superman and stuff like that. How do you think they're going to work around, her being this powerful?
I mean, I was gonna say now that we've seen her unleashed, I feel like they have to Marvel 2 or Captain Marvel 2 has to be her as unleashed. It just has to be her kicking ass, taking names everywhere. I feel like, because I don't want to see any withholding now that we've seen her in Endgame.
Yeah.
So that's sort of how I feel like they just need to make her Captain Marvel 2.0 for real.
Well, the other side of that is that you're gonna have to find a big weekness for her. That's what it's gonna be. It's what's her weakness? In Superman.
Her period.
Yeah.
Well, you said it. Superman 2
and chocolate.
Yeah. Superman 2, they found a weakness. They took away his powers. The kryptonite obviously they used in the first one. But what's her big weakness? What are they gonna do with her? That's what you got to do, and it's got to tie into the rest of the MCU. So
for sure.
All right.
I thought that was an interesting point.
Keep the comments coming, guys. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. We're going through all your questions here today.
Yep. Tongue punch the fart box. Today is a sad day. Not because Bateman isn't here, but because we can't get any eyebrow jokes. Very true. Yorgos T. Kristian, you have to check out A Ride Through the Galaxy by Red Foam on YouTube. Amazingly edited supercut of all the live action Star Wars.
That sounds fun. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am to wait for this trailer for Mandalorian. It's got to be coming up soon, right? Because
_Dop donated $20. Just doing my bit, keeping the lights on. Question: rank these adaptations from worst to worst. Is Dragon Ball Evolution, Last Airbender, and Artemis Fowl? And yes, I know 2 of those don't exist.
Looks like she's back to.
She's back.
Donated $20.
All right.
Smith's secret. Hess always angry. Also, Ben, I finished Ghost of Tsushima, and I gotta ask, did you spare or kill that person at the end? That game is a masterpiece and great swan song for PS4. Can't wait for them to open pre-orders for PS5.
Don't say anything about if that's a spoiler.
You can spare or kill the big bad at the end. That it's not really a spoiler. You can forgive the Mongol lord that's invading your lands. I killed him. He was an evil son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're collecting data from this and they're like, all right, these are the horrible humans in the world?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, the thing about that thing, it wasn't, a lot of Telltale has made a whole industry on deciding games and it choose your own adventure type of thing. There wasn't any major decisions throughout this whole game, and then suddenly they're like, "Hey, do you want to spare or kill?" I'm like, "What? I'm not ready for this."
People send in Schmoebots now because I think I got it fixed. I think I figured out.
Nice.
What'd you do?
It's a lot of
tied her shoes.
backdoor. And
Oh!
Backdoor? Oh, we did a little backdoor action.
We're children.
Can't say anything on this show without someone nailing you from behind.
All right, Helm.
I said nailing you from behind. That was the joke. Fuckers. Moving on.
What was
So, by the way, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. She works, ladies and gentlemen. So fire them all up. Let's see what can happen. Is 11:18. Can you make the Schmobot go nuts? We will find out momentarily.
Okay. 156 Impulse. I have a crazy question.
Yes.
Who would win in a fight? Kermit versus Big Bird versus Mickey versus Bunny.
Well, real quick, we didn't answer.
Yeah.
We didn't answer that other question.
About
the
worst to worst, Dragon Ball Z, The Last Airbender, or Artemis Fowl. That's tough.
I'd probably go. So I have to go. Artemis Fowl is like the least worst, only because I only saw like 10 minutes of it.
I agree with that.
So and then I'll probably. I think this one's more personal to me. I'll probably go. Airbender is like the second worst. And then the worst is I'll probably go Dragon Ball Evolution.
It's funny because for the exact reason I have the switch out there is for the exact reason because it's not personal to me. I think that if I cared about Dragon Ball Z, then and it's not that I don't care about it. I just kind of it wasn't around my generation. So I hear great things about it. People swear by it. People
Winston
live by it. Not just Winston. I remember this guy that I worked with at Warner Brothers, and this dude used to tell me how Dragon Ball Z was going to be the next Star Wars, and I remember thinking, okay, I don't know enough about it, but and he's like, it's going to make $1 billion when it comes out, and I said, dude, I will bet you a week worth. He's like, it's going to make more than Star Wars. I go, I will bet you a week worth of lunch that it will not beat StarArs, and it can't. And he's like, it's going to make $1 billion, and I was like, it's not. And I was like, and from what I'm hearing about this movie, it's definitely not. And then
that guy runs Warner Brothers now.
No, he does not. He was a good dude, but he was off, and he was a blind kind of diehard Dragon Ball Z fan.
If there's a good Dragon Ball Z movie, it can make $1 billion. If there's a good,
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with the fact that if you put together a good and today. As opposed to, this is like 2005. So today, with those types of IPs that really pop, and because Dragon Ball Z has gotten way more in the consciousness of the nerds and because YouTube wasn't even really a thing back then, and is crossed over. So there's so much more that people know about that property. I know more about it now than I did back then, and I was younger then, and I probably would have responded to it more than I do today. But either way, it's I would still put that as number 2 because the Airbender was a flying pile of farts on a barrel.
Yeah, I gotta go Airbender. It was right there. It was so recent. It was right there. It was like just like, here you go, and then just like he can't even pronounce the main character's name right. He mispronounced the main character.
It really stinks. But RB3, somebody asked in the chat room because we got the Schmo working again. Are you able to replay some of the ones that either didn't come through?
I could try.
I'd like to do that. And then
while he's doing that, we got a fight. Kermit versus Big Bird versus Mickey versus Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny's fucking everybody up. RB3, you got me on this.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny's reckless. He's too violent.
Where were we? Were we talking about it on this show? Or where were we when we were talking about
it? It was at the airport.
We were at the airport. We were, RB3 and I were probably, I don't know, where we coming.
Torax donated $20. RB3, I tweeted Michael B about you last night.
Oh, no.
No worries, he won't read it. So can I get Anaconda Brett and Michael B telling Russian Ben to fix his Ethernet cable? Love you all and one speak of the back door.
Which is a little better. We'll do that impression at the end, though, too. But I remember, it was Atlanta, right? Was it coming back from Atlanta?
Yeah, I was coming back from Atlanta. Yeah.
We were sitting around. RB3 and I were losing our minds talking because they were showing Bugs Bunny at the airport, and we were just going off. Bugs Bunny, he was a sinister motherfucker, but he did it with a smile on his face.
Oh yeah,
he punched you right in the face.
I donated $20. The Dragon Ball movie basically threw darts aboard of Dragon Ball related words to make up its story. At least the others followed the story. Evolution literally changes the entire origin of the main character and mixes together several arcs.
Does anybody else winning that fight besides Bugs Bunny?
No.
Dude, have you seen how big Big Bird is?
He could sit on
I'm not saying size is everything, but I'm saying if Big Bird lands a kick, you're done. One kick.
One kick. He barely it's his little fucking foot. It can barely get anything up. He's
an
a spaz.
ostrich kick can kill someone, and Big Bird is like twice the size of an ostrich.
He's a stoner. He's Big Bird.
He's a
Exactly. He
stoner?
doesn't feel pain.
Stoner?
Dude, Bugs Bunny would plant dynamite in Big Bugs' asshole.
81 donated $20. Hey guys, you're all amazing. I'm an artist in animation and it's incredible the amount of work we have at the moment. Disney is really doubling down in shows that show diversity and it's hiring writers that reflect that audience. Huge culture change.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I like how someone in the chat says Mickey has sinister side. That's true. Mickey has the money. He'll just hire someone to kill everybody.
He's
He'll hire Bugs Bunny.
Mickey has enough to get into politics.
Yes.
Mickey probably took out Epstein.
Yeah, while Bugs, Big Bird, and who was the other one? Can't remember what the other one was fighting.
Kermit.
He's just gonna run for office and then like take away their 401ks and their retirement.
But Bugs is still winning. Bugs is winning.
Kermit will gossip them to death. Kermit will talk with them.
That's right. He talks about shit. That's right. All right. What's
Sushi 320. Donated $20. Sup everyone, wanted to stop by and say hi to my favorite people. Check out the Let's Get Ready podcast news show, the double feature today. They will be talking about crawl and arachnophobia at 1 p.m. Also Smets all day. The Pride all day hashtag Bandit Brigade.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Shuggy baby.
all right. What's next?
That's a good double feature.
That is.
Yorgos T. Christian. I read that one. 156 Impulse. Sir Lord Attenborough. Hey guys, Seth Rogen's new film, An American Pickle, drops on HBO Max. Are you guys interested in seeing this film? Christian, will you do a review? Also, Mando season 2 trailer is rumored to drop during the NBA playoffs. Anything y'all want to see in the trailer?
I think let's debut some of the new cast right in the trailer. I think that's a way to hype people up and get people excited. Let's hype some of the new cast up for sure. Show me a little bit more. From what they rumor is that the Darksaber is going to have a big deal to do with Mandalorian season 2. I'm pumped about that. What was the first part of that?
Seth Rogen.
I just watched that trailer and I dug the trailer. I hadn't heard anything about it, but I saw people start doing early reviews on it and talking about it. So I will watch it because you still can't get HBO Max on Roku. It's not. It doesn't. I can't find, for some reason I can't get it on my PlayStation in my living room, but in the office it shows up. So I'll probably watch it here. Whether or not I do a review of it, I don't know. But I would like to watch that movie. I think it looks good.
What is it? What is it about? What's the premise?
So Seth Rogen is where's it takes place? Does it start?
I haven't watched the trailer.
I don't remember where he is originally, but I want to tell you, I might be wrong, but I think he's in Israel. I don't know, or maybe it's 100 years before. He might be in. I don't know. He might be in Brooklyn, actually. To be honest with you, because but he's it's like the 1800s. Or early, it might even be whatever it is. It's like 100 years before, so it's probably like 1920. No, it can't be. What fucking year is it? Anyway, it's let's say 120 years in the past, right?
He's a pickle.
Yeah, and
That's it. That's all.
he works in He works in this pickle thing. He falls into this pickle vat. He comes back and he meets his great grandson, who's Seth Rogen also. And so it's young Seth Rogen doing the normal kind of Seth Rogen that he does.
God.
And then Seth Rogen as kind of like this kind of cultured. Ancestor of his, kind of giving him advice, and it looks pretty good. 1919 is apparently what it takes place.
Brett wasn't doing a bit. Seth Rogen really becomes a pickle.
No, he doesn't become a pickle. He falls into a pickle.
He gets pickled and then preserved.
It preserves him like Walt Disney style.
And I assume this movie had nothing to do with pickles, so that was just shot in the dark.
It was good.
And scene.
Yeah. Josh Barnett is not wrong here. He said Christian ran a marathon to get to that plot. You are not wrong.
You were just you really wanted to get that date right, and I appreciate it.
I was hung up on it. I was hung up on the date.
It was the 1500s, the 1600s. It was some hundreds.
No, because in my head it was 100. It was. I remember them saying 100 years later, and I was like, well, that would just put it at 1920. It looks like he's dressed like he's in the 1800s, but then again, the 1920s, it probably dressed the same way. But yeah, it took me a while to get there, but I got there. Okay, what's next?
Dagan. Kristian was curious how you'd handle a title change in the virtual Schmoedown area. If Smets loses, would he have to mail the belt to Chandru?
Not mail. Yeah. Not mail. What we'd probably have to do is put it in a box, and we'd have to make sure that Chandru has sanitizer and all that shit, and we have to have somebody drop it off and then ring his bell and run.
Yep.
Basically, that's the way you're gonna have to do it. Yeah, we'll see.
The sanitizer wouldn't do anything to get rid of all the poop in the box too.
Right?
Smash will just take a dump on the belt and give it to him.
Boom.
Boom.
Take that.
And or it's not gonna have to. He won't have to bring it to him. That's the reality. Probably won't have to bring it to him.
Yeah, that's right. Yinzer, to add to the list of things for 2020, West Virginia has zombie cicadas to go along with the Northwest having murder hornets.
What?
Oh, cool.
Put them together.
Yeah, get them together is right.
Zombie cicadas.
Zombie cicadas.
What the fuck is going on, man?
Does LA have more spiders than fucking any other place? It is. I feel like there are so many spiders in every place that I've lived in. No? Have you not? Do you guys know every place I've lived in?
I've had a serious silverfish problem everywhere I've lived.
No. Well, these spiders everywhere. These little fucks.
Zombie cicadas. There is a new parasitic fungus that controls their minds and forces them to infect other insects. A fungus called Masosporo infects the cicadas and ends up controlling the insects in an unusual way. The fungus has chemicals like the ones found in hallucinogenic mushrooms that can control cicadas' behavior.
Donated $20.
Oh, we don't want it.
Americans should go enjoy Pizza USA. Do not worry if sausage tastes like microchip. Definitely want track Americans. Also tell Don these shoes he sold me are fake. That man outmaneuvers even me.
Putin, you run the country, and who knows where your shit comes from, and you $20. Come on, man.
Oh my God, that is. Don't worry if sausage tastes like microchip is probably the funniest line of the day.
That's really good.
So for my therapy session, what was it? Zombie cicadas? Do I add that to the list?
Oh, they've got like a full diagram, like a full visual aid for this.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been doing a search on Australian spiders, and they got us beat.
The wolf spiders or whatever they're called.
Every spider. They've got us beat. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, I was dating a girl from Australia, and she was like, "Yeah, you just kind of live with them. You just like put them outside." I'm like, "Fuck that."
I put spiders outside here.
Yeah.
No,
I love spiders.
put spiders outside of the earth.
Speaking of
Cinema Gorilla.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does Schmoedown remind anyone else of Simon, Pacino's robot girlfriend in that movie? She's a minx. P.S. I saw Bill and Ted for the first time the other day, and it was beautiful. Their love of knowledge and history can inspire anyone.
Like I said, if you think that it's for just boomers, sniff my nose.
So crates. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Fart. Diapers for dogs.
Hidden fart. All right, way to go. That's
All it was diapers for dogs.
Hashtag diapers for dogs. That's it.
Yep.
okay. Good for you.
There you go.
Barbecue Bills. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day. Kate, I was curious if you watched the show on Netflix called Love on the Spectrum. It's about people with autism trying to find love and how to socialize. My brother has autism, so it's nice to see the respect they show them.
It's so funny. I just saw that the other night. I couldn't sleep, and I was like, "What am I going to watch?" And it looks like such a lovely show. And I was like, "But I want to make sure that I can watch it." I know that this was like I need something to go to sleep to. But then I ended up watching Unorthodox. Have you guys seen that show?
No.
Holy shit! Like if you're somebody who has any interest in
Christian, no.
It's just that because I was gonna say. And the other. It's a really good show.
There it is.
But I saw the little clip of the Love on the Spectrum, the one that plays in Netflix, and it's very sweet. This gentleman says about that he has autism and he has trouble finding somebody, and they said, "What is your greatest what is your dream in life?" And he said to become a husband, and it's just like, oh God, this one's gonna
that's gonna get you here. It's gonna get you here.
Oh, somebody's getting their shoes tied.
Yeah, wow.
All right, what's next?
Do you guys ever watch Amy Schumer's comedy special, the one where she was pregnant?
No.
Her husband it turns out he just got diagnosed, got diagnosed with Asperger's. And she said so many things made sense about him. And she said also, she's like also that somebody who was on like him on the spectrum made her feel more loved and valued than anybody in her life before had.
Jonathan Caro donated $20. Let's have fun. Which Schmoedown personality is the Bugs Bunny at the lead? Which Schmoedown personality would match with any Looney Tunes character? John Roca as Yosemite Sam? I don't know. Can't wait for tomorrow's pay-per-view match.
Dagnino as Bugs Bunny.
I think Kaiser as Bugs Bunny.
I was gonna say Andrew Guy
As Bugs Bunny.
He's pretty, but he's not as like, he's pretty blatant. Like where you have Dagnino's has those kind of schemes that Bugs Bunny has. You know what I mean? Like with those moves. I don't know. I'd probably say Dagnino would be the Bugs Bunny.
Yosemite Sam.
Right.
Yes. Yosemite. What is wrong? Anyway.
So, Kate, you brought up.
I can't take credit for that. That was Chris Adams in the chat. That was funny.
All right. What's next?
ZCM Zombie Custom Maps. Just finished The Last of Us Part 2, and honestly, it's one of the best pieces of media I've experienced in a long time. I'm very interested for what they do going forward, going for the HBO series, but I recommend playing the first 2 games. Kristian would love it.
Which one is this? Which game is this?
The Last of Us. They're making the HBO series.
Yeah. I have. So I was going through my games. Apparently someone had recommended Last of Us to me a while ago, and I bought it, and I forgot that I had it. And I have it. I still have never played it. Still, eventually, I'll finish Uncharted 4. So eventually, I'll get through these games, and I really want to play. I was so close on getting that the Ghost of
Tsushima.
Thank you. I was so close on getting it, but then I realized, what am I doing here? I'm going to buy this game, and I'm going to finish it in 2027. So for now, I'm just gonna wait because right now it's like $60. Eventually,
That's 3 of your wife's rentals.
No shit. Eventually,
That's 3 Katie Holmes movies. You can't be spending money like that, Kristian.
Oh,
And I don't have a PS4, so I'm wondering which one of your 4 PS4s are you going to play it on?
only 2. I remember looking and saying, "Why are you spending $19.99 on that movie? You know that movie's gonna be." Unfucking believable.
It's gotta be hard to be married to you and have any opinion on movies because I'm sure you just annihilate her.
She doesn't like the thing with her with what comes to movies. The only time that I get really like I gotta be there. I gotta make sure like very stern is when it comes to going to the movies. And she hates it. I'm like, she can leave 5 minutes before the movie. And I'm like, I got to be there in time. I got to sit, especially when it's not a screening because people are terrible in movie theaters. And I said, we got to get the right seats. And even though we have our assigned seats, we got to have our assigned seats. We sit down, get our food. Sit down. I'm super anal about going to the movies. And that's the only time that she's just like, you're the worst.
That is my pet peeve is that there are assigned seats in like 90% of theaters and people still don't sit in them. I'm like,
ugh.
You got but sit in them, but I like to get settled, man. I like to be there for the previews. I don't like to come in and then walk into the theater and then you're like, look, there's something convenient to where if you're coming home and you're like, I don't know if I can get there in time, but I can get there right at time and you just go right into your seat and you don't bother anybody, sure. But just people stumbling in 10 minutes later, oh, where's my seat? Let me text somebody to put my shoes up like a fucking asshole. I'm in my living room apparently. You ever get that guy? That's right, fucko. There's more. You ever hear more? You ever hear the guy like that just going?
Oh god.
Yeah.
The worst.
What? I always eat bananas in theaters. What's wrong with that?
It's like, anyway.
I'm actually worried it's me the way I eat popcorn. Although I sat next to you, Kristian, did I bother you in Rise of Skywalker?
No, popcorn. It's a matter of going. I remember going to the movies one time. A guy was eating. Every time I eat a fucking piece of popcorn, it's like you have to know you're doing that. And there's someone else that I remember, a friend of mine, and I won't mention who he is, but I'm watching this movie, and he's just moving his leg at 173 miles an hour.
You're talking about Brett.
No. And he's just like, and wiggling his leg, and I was in my head, I'm like, I can't say anything, and he's doing it the whole movie, and it's shaking, and I look at him, and I go, and I try to, like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I go, and I laugh, like, I go, come on, and he stopped, so it worked. But man, it's like you gotta look at what's going on around you. You know, pick your fucking nose, pick your ass, put your legs up. You eat a fucking bowl of ramen noodle. It's like, come on.
I do.
You know what? Ben Bateman does shake his leg, but he's not the one that it was. And I bent to Ben. I was just like, I turned to Ben. I go, stop shaking your leg.
Yeah.
But this other guy who's just he was a friend. I was like, come on.
I will say, going way back to the video game thing, I think Last of Us would be perfect for you, Kristian, because it's a long game, but it's very focused. Like, Uncharted is a little open world. Fallen Order is a little open world. Ghost of Tsushima is really open, but it'll keep you on track, so like you can make progress throughout the game.
You just sold me on that, because that's my biggest pet peeves with games is like when they let me wander too much. I'm gonna be in the woods for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm usually like that with open world, but Ghosts really work for me. But Last of Us is a really good game. I wasn't a big fan of Last of Us 2, but water up my butt. As an Asian American, would have loved to have taken my kids to see representation of Asians on a big screen and experience it in the theater.
Yeah.
Why can't they wait to just release? Could easily be $1 billion movie if they actually had a regular release.
I think they will. I was gonna say, I still think they will. I think there's gonna be a whole movement. It might be 2024, but
$20. Just seen the night skies finally. Good movie. Also seen Jojo Rabbit for the first time. Scarlett Johansson ties the little boy's shoes a lot. Wait, you guys are talking about shoes and laces, right? Just keeping the lights on.
Oh, she does. So she does actually like legit tie his shoes. Calter Turax, thank you. And
we had a couple Schmoebots that we missed. That were like from Drunk Schmoebot and a couple other people.
Sure, we get it. Let's do it. Just cut me off. It's fine. Everybody else does. So what's
Well, I'm not able to play like a certain number of them. Like,
oh, you're not. Okay.
So
where do you know which ones they are?
There's one from Drunk Schmoebot that we.
Oh, I see.
Missed.
You want to read it
right
off?
before.
Drunk Schmoebot. Let me look for that.
It was right before.
Am I cured? Am I cured? That one?
Yeah. And then there's probably one right before that one too.
Scruffy Nerf Herder. Test. Hello, can you hear me out there? Hope this works.
Yeah.
There you go. I can replay those.
Well, there you go.
I was just to finish up my thought. I think like there's gonna become a movement that everything that we didn't get to see in theaters in 2020, and it might not be till 2023, it might be 2024. I do think Mulan will hit big screen someday. I do. I think it will become a. So I'm just saying I think there's hope that you are going to get to take your Asian American kids to see it.
I think in LA it probably will. I don't know about everywhere else.
Yeah.
I totally agree that they're probably throw it in the theater so you have that experience. But the reason also why is because they have a couple other movies that they're one pushing, right? Two, when they start filming again, they're going to only have so much, and they only have so much money that people don't realize, so much money to market each project, right? So if they push Mulan back, and then let's say they have 3 movies coming out, they have less money to spend on the marketing for it than they would on another movie, which sucks. I couldn't agree with you more that this is a movie that probably, because of the scale of it, should have been seen in the theaters, but... Yep. In order to make some money on it, that's why they're going with this $30 price tag which with the added addition of being able to keep it on Disney Plus, I think is the seller. I think I would not have even attempted to get this thing if it was just $30 and I lose it in 2 days, unless of course Katie Holmes and Josh Lucas are in it.
Yeah.
I do feel like there's going to be this interesting thing that happens where, like, we're talking about how crowded 2021, assuming that everything is sort of settled itself, but how crowded 2021 will be. Most likely 2022 will also be crowded with 2020 releases, right? So then what happens is in 2021 production starts going crazy, which means that like at the end of 2022 I think there's going to be big holes because production had to stop for a year on stuff. So then 2021 is when they're going to be filming stuff again, which means that like at the end of 2022 when they've gone through the whole catalog, I do think there's going to be a space before all of those 2021 movies are ready to be released in 2023.
Yes, but also, Kate, when we don't know what the state of like movie theaters will even be. They are like are drowning. They are drowning in desperation right now. Like
but so are all of us. I mean, like.
Well, yeah, but all of us, yes, but the theaters, like as a business, like I think we're all in agreement that the theater business in general, because of this pandemic.
Marshall X donated $20. Kristian, you need to play video games on Twitch. Watching you get frustrated playing video games would be gold. Ben, did you need therapy after that emotional roller coaster playing Last of Us 2? Hey, Brett, how are you doing, bud? Love you, Kate.
Love you, Marshall.
So what did you do? You played that game for like 3 days straight on Twitch?
Dude, that game is like 30 hours of gameplay. It took me like 4 or 5 streams to finish that thing.
Jeez.
But yeah, there were some very depressing moments. But I played this game yesterday. It's called Fall Guys. It's like these little cartoon characters.
It's free on PlayStation, right?
Ben, I'm gonna say something that's gonna sound like an insult, but it's not.
Okay.
Like, I understand why you don't have a girlfriend. I understand why, like, when we bring up this Bonnie and like Sabrina shit, it's like the guy is dedicated, and he's going, no, I can't take you to so and so. I got to go fight zombies on my Twitch in front of Suge Knight.
Yep.
And so that's what. So look, when you're right now, if you have to grab onto this period of your life.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, because I just told you, I can barely watch. It takes me to watch movies. In 2 days, I have to finish movie. I'm still watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's an hour and 25 minutes. You think I'm going to play Last of Us 2 on Twitch? I will be older than Roka by the time that I'm done with it.
The moment that Ben Goddard has a girlfriend is the moment I drop him from the den, because I can't have that sort of distraction. It's why he's so good, man.
Right. It's over. It's over. We've seen other players. Women, weaken legs.
RB3 is a scandalous woman.
Scandalous woman, man.
No, that's a Mickey comment from women, weaken legs.
Over on Super Chat, Malik Tarrant. Happy to hear about Nia DaCosta news. I loved Captain Marvel, and Candyman was among my most anticipated of the year. # higher, further, faster, baby. Michael T. Over 800 of you watching. Go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps. Oh, thank you, Michael. Absolutely, guys. We got 387 likes, 870 people watching. Hit that like button. It reminds me of that Geico commercial with the pig going wee all the way home. And he's like, thanks, Mr. Johnson.
It's the one I always get my wife with. Everybody has like the easy laugh that you can get with somebody, and like with RB3, all I gotta do is RB3. And you get them every time. But like but with my wife, anytime I'm watching a movie and somebody jumps out of something and I go wee, she loses. There's that moment in what's that stupid musical that Roka and Miss Movies love, the
Greatest Showman.
Yeah, that stupid thing. There's this moment where Zac Efron's on top of this barn and Zendaya's flipping around on some, I don't know, whatever the hell she's on, and he's up there and he leaps, and it's such a great leap, and I recorded it and I went wee, and he lands on my wife, lost her mind. It's just try it when people are jumping. I think we did a Mission Impossible the other day. Just when you're sitting around with somebody and you see someone leap and you find the right opportunity, it is beyond satisfying. All right.
Spider-Man Pictures. Did you know that Flight is a true story about Harrison Ford?
Guys.
Sim. Bugs Bunny played with Michael Jordan. He wins easily.
Yeah.
True.
Truth.
Right. That's right. He learned.
Space Jockey. Thoughts on Ridley Scott's new HBO series, Raised by Wolves. Also, touching post this morning, Kristian, really hits close to home. Strength and honor.
Thank you. I did not see the Ridley Scott thing yet. I mean, like I can say that with most things, But I, like I said, I finished Fear City. If that helps.
Did you finish Happy yet?
No, I didn't. I guess but I told you why for that one. That one's different because I know that's all I got once it's over.
Yeah.
I have one season left, so I'm waiting for it. If I knew there was another season coming out, then I'd finish it.
Okay.
My anus is bleeding. I gotta go. 1 second.
Yep.
That's the streamline thing. Chandru is
I just spit water everywhere. How you read that to the end of it? You were just like
My anus.
yeah, you're
is
just like letting everybody know. Honestly, I'm surprised that more people have not Anchorman you. I really am so.
I got it this week on Backstage. It wasn't like a name, but it was like someone said shit in the Streamlabs on Backstage, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, you got, but just have somebody say like, like I have really big sloppy balls. It's like, I can see somebody saying that.
Chandru is an inevitable champion. His accuracy, attitude, and improvement is proof he will have a belt. I personally think he will even have at least one defense, but it won't be this time. It won't be this match. Smets just pull it off, but will be a four round overtime.
Wow. 4-round overtime. I'll say that all goes down. It's on Friday, man. It's going to be, you can get it at schmoedownlive.com or for patrons, $10 patrons. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., you got Ben Goddard and Rachel Silvestrini going up against Paul Oyama, Lon Harris, Final Exam, Swag versus The Den. You'll have Kate and Winston and Grace all kind of tearing at one another, which is always fun. And then the main event is Smets, obviously the Dungeon, led by Kaiser, against, once again, Winston Marshall of Swag with Chandru. This is a big match for Winston because even for SEN Live fans, and RB3 and everybody, this is their first title opportunity. This is the first title opportunity that they have had, so this is going to be really, it's massive. You can really get them closer to first place also. So great, by the way, there's a Twitter account called, I think, Schmoedown Standings that I follow because they update the standings of the factions after every match. So check them out. All right, what's next?
Alex Shashek. Kate, love to have you on Schmobates as a judge with me for a den-themed debate. Keep up the awesome management.
Done. Sold. Oh, thank you.
They did a dungeon one last night with
Dude, absolutely,
it was
Alex.
Zipper and Parker.
Parker and Witt.
Well, Witt was the judge, yeah.
Yeah, Witt was the judge, yeah. Sinister Alec Miller. Sinister, but with a smile on his face. Chandru is Bugs Bunny of the Schmoedown. Good luck tomorrow, Bandit. Got the Pride and Chandru winning tomorrow. Thank you, Alec Miller.
All right.
Justin Square. Happy almost Friday. Not watching live, so I'm not sure this came up, but how many storylines ran through your head, Kristian, when you saw that picture of Brandon, Hannah, and Sabrina?
A lot.
Also, I finally finished Happy earlier this week, and that shit got bizarre.
Brett.
Where'd Brett go? Where'd he go?
Yeah. It did. Thank you for sending me down that rabbit hole, Kristian, and not following me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chucking him down it.
I'll still watch it. I promise. I really want to see it. I love that show. All right, let's longboard.
Longboards for life. I appreciate your fan
let's
swag,
cut
but yeah. Charlie Brown. Dragon Ball is one of the few IPs that people are white, black, brown, etc. Think is cool. Dragon Ball in Asia and
donated $20. Kristian, if your wife laughs at the wee thing when jumping, you too should watch the original Matrix. Just saying.
We did watch the original Matrix.
Did you wee during it the whole time?
No, because that's not the kind. That's what I'm saying. You can't just do it. You can't just do it when they're just jumping. You have to find the right jump. It's like when you look at that jump of what's his face?
Zac Efron.
Yeah, when you look at him jumping, it is so fitting. Like, find that scene and do it to that scene. You'll know exactly what the hell I'm talking about.
There was a horrible anti-drug movie that was in the late 70s, early 80s where two people are driving and they drive up a cliff and they're high and they go, wee, and it's just like, I don't care how high you are, you'd be screaming your fucking head off.
Yes, I know. RB3, are you able to share my screen?
Share it.
I think you could be able to share it.
I can do it, right? Because maybe I'm going to look for it. I'm going to try to find that scene with Zac Efron before the show's over.
Charlie Brown. Dragon Ball is one of the few IPs that people are white, black, brown, etc. think is cool. Dragon Ball in Asia and Latin America is basically a religion. One can only hope that the Russo brothers are big Dragon Ball fans.
Nah, they don't need the Russo Birds to do it. They need me to do it. Come on, baby, let's go. RB3 from Dragon Ball Z. Let's go.
Pac-Man Dwayne, hey guys, can't give $20 today, get paid tomorrow, but 2 questions. Sophie's Choice, Married with Children or Friends? No question for me. Is Married with Children favorite family all time? Part 1,
Okay.
and then part 2. Who? Oh yeah. So let's answer that. Friends or Married with
I
Children?
literally thought that person was asking us to choose between Sophie's Choice, Married with Children, or Friends. I was like, this person has not seen Sophie's Choice.
So hey, how do you do the sharing? Because I found it.
It's at the bottom of the screen. It should be.
I see it. I see it.
I don't like either Friends or Married with Children.
You disabled attendee stream.
Okay,
Can you?
let me try and find this.
Let me know because I did find the actual scene and it's quite incredible. And I promise you that you will laugh.
I'd get rid of Friends.
I'm gonna have to make some changes on screen. I know people in the chat are gonna be like, "Oh, RB3's making changes on screen while we're watching it." Well, bear with it, because this is what gotta happen. So.
Okay. If it's too much of a pain in the ass, don't worry about it.
Matt Link, hey crew, you guys are the best. Besides thanking you all for continuing to preserve my sanity, I want to give a shout out to both Nerd Chronic and David B. They inspire me to make my little fan promos, and they have elevated the Schmoedown to epic levels.
Oh, they really have. And by the way, and I want to get the actual link and put it in the description of this video, but there are so many new tracks by David B that are up now. The Den theme is up there. There's Chance Ellison's new theme song, Usual Suspects, Quirky Mercs. They're all up there. So go and check it out. I gotta post a link in the description, but you should get them. They're awesome.
Is it under MTS soundtrack?
Yeah. Do you
I'll
have
post
them?
it.
Yeah, post
Yeah,
them. All right, great. All right, so let's see. So we have, and by the way, so guys, just to let you know, we have 5 minutes left. If you're able to, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. If you want to take us out with one last Schmobot, we'd love to have it. It is going to be, this is my last show of the week. Roka's going to be doing tomorrow. Also, I got something kind of coming up Schmoedown related. So
My last show of the week too. I got to study up tomorrow.
That's right.
That's all right.
Pac-Man Dwayne, part 2. Who's an actor or actress or director you would like to go into another genre? I'd love to see Tom Hanks do a horror movie or be a bad guy, or love to see Gavin O'Connor do a Western.
Yeah.
Love y'all. Keep bringing the great entertainment.
I was excited to see Tarantino do fantasy sci-fi. That's what I was excited to see. All
Chris,
right,
you're
here
the
we
host,
go.
so you should be able to.
All right, so let me know if you guys, do you see...
That's a great question, Pac-Man Dwayne.
That is a good question.
All right.
That is a good question.
Oh, yep.
So do you guys see...
What's that porn?
All right.
JK.
Okay.
It was a good one. All right, so you see him?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm not going to play that. And there she's swinging around. Here he is. He's ready. and you can level it up. You can change it up. Here he goes. He's very excited. He's looking at Zendaya. She's flying around. He does the little dance leg, and then he's ready for the dance jump. And here it is. And whee! It is. It's pretty fun. Yeah,
I love that Kristian is the host now. Oh, I like seeing your computer.
And your
All right,
playlist.
Mac.
You can share just a window without showing your whole computer.
But I'm excited.
But now I'm confused because I don't know where this ends and my computer actually begins.
Right?
Yeah, me too.
No.
Me too.
All right. So what's a genre you want to see?
Now this is what we're seeing.
I got it.
Now I don't know how to change it.
I got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
So actor or director you want to see in a different genre?
I love the Tom Hanks playing an evil character one. I think that would be interesting.
I'd love to see Christopher Nolan do a comedy.
Yeah, that'd be good also. Yeah, for sure.
It'd probably be a time traveling comedy.
Yeah.
All right,
There's somebody funny I want to see do serious stuff, but I can't think of who it is.
Well, I mean that's worked for a lot of people.
Yeah.
For sure.
Look at Adam McKay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even sit down. I tried manscaping. I didn't use the lawnmower. My balls are bleeding. My anus is bleeding. Seriously, it looks like a monkey wrestling a pineapple down there. Help.
I was definitely trying to get you to say that, and I'm so glad they did.
Yep.
You read it so monotone.
Here's a good one from I Am Ben Goddard. Man, I can't even bagels in public anymore. Come on, dude. You got to at least properly grammar to insult me. This shit sucks. And now anytime I talk to a girl, the entire internet has to get involved. Jeez. And Kristian makes me read these stupid things. No one cares. I'm done being nice. I'm a fucking heel.
That link, if you've ever clipped anything out in your lifetime with some sad music behind it, please. I can't wait to see that.
Cinema Gorilla. Happy 420 plus likes on today's show so far. Shout out to Solskjaer 1999, Dagan, Sprod, Curb Curbin, Chuck Kasklau, and the rest of my schmomeners on the chat. Bless up to us all.
Cool. Thank you.
Matt Chapman. I hope this makes it in before the end of the show, but you have to remove spiders instead of kill them because evolution exists, and every spider you kill makes them stronger as a whole. Hi, Kate.
Is that all super chats and
I'll check super chats one more time. Yeah.
Well done. Okay, cool. So, oh yes, let's do those impressions, and we take us out with a little more Schmoebot. Go ahead.
RB3 as Michael B. Jordan asking Arnold, Chicago Kate, and Drunk Brett to train him.
All right. Let's see. I haven't seen this RB3.
A lot of face work.
We need 55 more likes before the end of the video, guys. 55 more likes. 800 people watching. Like the video, please.
All right, guys. Oh wait, hold up. Stream Schmoebot. Uh-oh.
I can't hear.
Oh, you can't hear? Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. The switching made it a little weird.
I can read it real quick. All Might.
I can replay
pictures. Okay.
All right, give me like 1 second though.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know if y'all want to talk about something else.
I think we should all stare at you.
I can read it. All Might. Between pictures with Hannah and going to see Fish with Goddard, it's clear Sabrina has a thing for heels. Ooh. On an unrelated note, Kristian, I would love to see, would love to come compete in Schmoedown. I know nothing about movies, but can I be a heel?
Clear Sabrina has a thing for heels. On an unrelated note, Kristian, I would love to come compete in Schmoedown. I know nothing about movies, but can I be a heel?
Yes, for sure. Well, we're thinking about doing actually very, very soon. What I would love to do, and I've been mentioning this for a long time, is that I wanted to start our own minor leagues because as much as I love the fan leagues also, they want to be their own things, and they've made it very clear. A lot of fan leagues have said that they want to be known as their own thing and not just a fan league. So we think that's fair. I think that we want to start an actual minor leagues that would be exclusive for Schmoedown. It's like if you play in the minor leagues, that's where you play. And you play in the minor leagues, and it becomes like an overall thing. We want to be able to give prizes, basically saying, okay, you win that tournament, you get put in the draft. And that's something that we're looking to do, hopefully. I mean, it's still a work in progress, but fingers crossed. All right. So
back to the
yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Right. Hey, yo, Arnold. Yo, my name's Adonis, and I'm just, looking to get some training to be the next champion.
Why are you flexing just now? You don't need to do that right now. You figure you left a couple that I give you, the dumbbell. How is the dumbbell? And then say, here, lift up there, and then you pump the chest and do face acting.
I've been really good at doing this face acting thing, man. See, that's why I'm one of the best boxers in the world, And Rocky was my, he was training me before, but that's Sly Stallone. I gotta come to the best. I gotta come to Arnold.
That's right. You call him Unc. I like that.
Okay, well, listen. If you want to be really great, then what you need to do is, you need to hook up with Mike Ditka, and get some good coaching from him.
I don't think anybody wants to hook up with Ditka, right?
I know.
Why did you invite me here?
Oh, you were here.
I just need some drunk support because I'm Adonis Creed, y'all. Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, if you're buying, I'm fine, man.
I tell you what, Drunk Brett, get into the ring and spar with Adonis Creed.
I'll go spar with this guy. He's cut.
Nice. All right, last one. We'll call it a day.
Anaconda Brett and Michael B. Jordan fixing Russian Ben's internet.
Okay, here we go.
What the fuck is wrong with your internet, Ben?
We have it's everyone's internet. We have communist internet. My internet is their internet and their internet. So we have one Wi-Fi router, and it is for all of Mother Russia.
Come on, man. I mean, when I was filming Creed 2 out in Russia, we had better internet than that, man. I thought you were supposed to be, some sort of internet expert.
I do not have Ivan Drago 80s internet. I have Ivan Drago current internet, so it's a big problem.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in again?
Brett, you are breaking character for a terrible joke that has already been said 2 hours ago. So,
hey, Auntie.
That's like Ren and Stimpy style. All right, let's.
I know. I was just like, why are these people doing these things? That's what.
You know my favorite thing.
What's that?
Thank you guys so much for joining us here today. Like I said, tomorrow's John Roca, but also
still tune in
tomorrow. Schmoedownlive.com, patreon.com/Schmoedown. If you are not signed up to Smets and Chandra, take a shot on this one. Because, like I said, even if you're not a Schmoedown watcher, you're going to enjoy it. Even if you only watch the matches on YouTube, this is when you want to watch live. Because I believe that the live experience is the way to go. So check it out if you can. Tomorrow, streamlabs.com/Schmoedown here for tomorrow for Roca and the whole damn crew. All right. Thank you. Thank you to Brett. Thank you to RB3, Ben Goddard, Kate Mulligan, whole damn crew. We'll see you on the flip side. Whatever that side is.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, she's doing the dance. Good, do the dance.
No, do the wee.
I'll do it. Ready? Whoop. Whoop. Boop. Zip. Yep. Wee. Yep. Boop, 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 boop. Beep. Boop. Zip. Whoop. La 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 la.